I think it's fair to say that dive watches are the most popular watch category on the market today. Even though most of us who own them aren't actually divers, there's just something about the nature of a dive watch that has an inherent appeal. For me, it's the fact that modern dive watches blend great aesthetics with impressive specifications. They can be both smart enough to wear to the office and tough enough to take hiking. Now, there's a lot of choice out there, and it can be hard to pick out which watches offer good value for money. So we thought it'd be a good idea to partner up with our friends over at Fraser Hart and to give you our pick of 3 of the best luxury dive watches on the market. First up is the Longines Legend Diver. This has been a staple of Longines' catalogue for many years now, and it's available in a number of different dial colours, and there's even a bronze-cased option too. It might not be the first watch you think of when it comes to dive watches, but this made our list for a few reasons. Namely, the design is incredibly unique and striking. It takes inspiration from a vintage Longines supercompressor, and whilst Longines aren't the only people to take inspiration from supercompressors, the Legend Diver has a truly unique look. Some details about it I absolutely love are the open 6 and 9 on the dial, the cross-hatching of the twin crowns, and the frogman on the caseback of the watch. All of which are some beautiful touches that are taken from the vintage dive watch that inspired it. The 42mm case wears very well, despite its size, and the lugs have a lovely downward curve, so it hugs the wrist very nicely. And at just 12.7mm thick, it doesn't wear too tall either. The mesh bracelet is very well made, and the clasp is excellent, but you should be aware that it only has 3 micro-adjustment positions. Looking at the specs, the Legend Diver has everything you'd expect from a true dive watch. It's got a domed sapphire crystal with several layers of anti-reflective coating, a healthy 300 meters water resistance, and though there isn't that much lume on the dial, what is there is nice and bright. So there shouldn't be any problems with legibility in the dark. The Legend Diver uses a Longines L888 automatic movement, which has a very impressive 72-hour power reserve. This means that you can take the watch off Friday night and it will still be running Monday morning. The Longines Legend Diver is £1,960 on this mesh bracelet, but you can also get it for £1,750 on a leather strap. Our next choice is perfect for anyone looking for an out-and-out tool watch, and it's the Tudor Pelagos left-hand drive. Where Tudor's Black Bay line takes inspiration from the brand's vintage pieces, the Pelagos offers a very contemporary take on a dive watch. The case and bracelet are titanium, and as a result the watch is ridiculously light. At 42mm wide and 14.45mm thick, the case is on the larger side, but that only lends itself to the toolish aesthetic of the watch. And despite its size, you're not that aware of the watch on your wrist because it's so light. As you might have noticed, the watch takes its name from the fact that the crown is actually on the left side of the watch. The practical reason for this is that if you're left-handed, you can wear the watch on your right hand and set the time without taking the watch off. But it's also good if you want to wear the watch on your left hand and not have the crown dig into the back of it. One thing to be aware of with the screw-down crown is that the threads aren't reversed, so rather than screwing the crown away from you to tighten it, you actually have to screw it towards you. The dial is really easy to read with a matte black base, light cream chunky hour markers, and that iconic Tudor snowflake handset. The raised chapter ring that those hour markers cut into really adds a nice bit of depth without cluttering up the watch, and I think it looks really cool. Naturally, the Pelagos has got a scratch-resistant sapphire crystal, as well as great lume, that's really easy to read in the dark. It also has a water resistance of an impressive 500 meters and comes with a helium escape valve. The rotating bezel has a matte ceramic insert that's in keeping with the functional aesthetic of the watch, and it's also got a very crisp action to it. One of the neatest features about the Pelagos is that the bracelet has a spring-loaded micro-adjustment, so it's incredibly quick and easy to adjust on the fly. Powering the Pelagos is the Tudor caliber MT5612. This 26 dual automatic movement has a whopping 70-hour power reserve and an anti-magnetic silicon balance spring. It's also a certified chronometer, so it will be accurate to an average of -4 to +6 seconds per day. All in all, the Pelagos has every feature you could conceivably want from a dive watch, and the fact it's titanium is the icing on the cake. So with the retail price of £3,440 and a 5-year warranty, the Tudor Pelagos really is an excellent choice for anyone wanting a thoroughbred dive watch. Our final pick is the Omega Seamaster Professional Diver 300 meters. This model has been around since 1993, and it was famously worn by Pierce Brosnan during his tenure as James Bond. The model has changed a lot over the years, but this current edition is the best yet. Why is that? Well, chiefly because this Seamaster has a newer movement than its predecessors, in the form of the Omega Caliber 8800. This 35 dual automatic movement has a respectable 55-hour power reserve, is resistant to magnetic fields reaching 15,000 Gauss, and it's a certified chronometer. On top of all that, the movement has a coaxial escapement. Now, this type of escapement has reduced friction over a standard lever escapement, the end result being improved accuracy and longer service intervals. The Seamaster's dial is made from the same blue ceramic as the bezel insert, and features a laser-etched wave pattern. The use of ceramic gives the watch a very contemporary feel, and the shade of blue chosen is wonderfully rich and vibrant. Combined with the stark white loom of the hands and markers, the end result is a watch that's not just really legible, but also oozes refinement. Just like the Tudor, the Seamaster has a quick micro-adjustment system built into the clasp, which again is great to see on a high-end watch like this. However, one thing to be aware of is that this clasp is a bit on the chunky side. As the name suggests, the Seamaster Diver 300 meters is water resistant to, well, 300 meters, and it also comes with a helium escape valve. And again, as you'd expect to see, it has a domed sapphire crystal that's got an anti-reflective treatment on both sides. The Seamaster retails for £4,450, which makes it the most expensive of the three watches, but it justifies that cost with an exceptionally high build quality. The finishing on the Seamaster is exceptionally good, and I think Omega have done a great job with this one of blending both form and function. So there we have it. 3 watches that we think are excellent choices for anyone looking for a luxury dive watch. You can of course purchase these watches from Fraser Hart, and thank you to them for letting us film at one of their stores. We'll leave a link to their site down in the pinned comment. Don't forget to let us know what you think of the watches in the comments section, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers!